Hey friends, thanks for coming back to my channel. Many of you ask me, hey, where do I get wallpaper, Spencer? And I put in my videos all the time, wallpaperboulevard.com. If you're looking for a great deal on wallpaper, mention my name, Spencer Colgan is wallpaper, that's my hashtag, and they'll be sure to give you a 10% off at checkout. That's wallpaperboulevard.com, which is on your screen right now. And use my hashtag right down on the screen, Spencer Colgan is wallpaper, and they'll be sure to give you a 10% discount. They're an online service and they'll ship to almost anywhere in the world. Hey viewers, many of you have made comments on my last 5 videos that my audio has been not as good as it used to be. And that is because my microphone took a bath. So I'm awaiting a new microphone and it will be with me shortly. What's happening is when I videotape, if I speak at the first 5 or 6 seconds of the clip, you can't hear my voice. So I will adjust, just be patient, and we will fix the problem. Thank you. You hang your first wall. Took you a few hours, but it looks perfect. Then you come to your inside corner, which isn't straight, it's not plumb, and it throws off the whole next wall, and you get so discouraged because you're experiencing something called torque. And torque is this. Let me show you what torque is. Come close. All right, just stay right there and let them see that. I'm going to get the level. Here's what torque is. We're straight here. And just assume that the top is straight, okay? I'll show you what torque is. Now let's assume, actually let's do this in the corner. And I can really demonstrate what torque is. Here, check this out. Okay, so you see that space there, right here? See that little space there? Now, okay, show them this edge. Show them how it's not level. Show them not level. Okay, so it's not level, you would agree with that. So, you're coming off of an inside corner, you're hanging your first sheet after you're done with the corner. And so, this is what you do to your paper. Do they see this? Let's see if they see these raised. No, go on an angle. Yeah, exactly. See this? See these buckles here? Well, I'm exaggerating what's happening when you have torque. You can't see it with the human eye, but your wallpaper is slightly raised here, it's slightly raised there. And what does it do to the edge? Show them the edge now. Show them that edge. Look at how the line gets skinnier here, right? See that? But you can't figure it out. And the reason why you get torque on patterned wallpaper is because you do everything you can to match up your first edge of the sheet you're hanging. You get it all matched up. And then you realize you got all of these buckles in the wallpaper. So it matches up here, and you're trying to get it straight, but what you wind up doing is creating a situation where the wallpaper will only match up if this exists. torque. Your paper's not straight. It's not parallel. This is what's happening to your paper. Look. But you can't see it. Don't give up. You can't give up. And don't hang it sloppily. Don't say, well, it looks good enough. I'm just a do-it-yourselfer. No, no, no. What you want to do with this is lubricate the paper first. First, what you should do is take a break. Wet it so that the paste stays alive. Just spritz it. Get it off the wall so it doesn't attach. Take 10 minutes. Come back with a fresh mind and attack the problem, knowing that you've created torque. And torque happens because your wallpaper gets knocked out of square for some reason. Usually after corners or something's not straight. So what you wind up doing is you do this to the paper. That's torque. Now, let's take you over to my torque. I'm going to show you a way to handle this. Can you, let me show them close up what's going on here. Now, I'm a perfectionist and I just won't accept this. Okay. So we meet up here. Oh, I meet up, wow. Oh, look at that wrinkle. What's going on there? What's going on there? Oh, that's no good. So I move this over, right? Oh, it's starting to look great, isn't it? It now matches up. Matches. Oh, knocked it out a little bit. Knocked it out here. Now it matches. But look at all of these wrinkles I've got. Look at this. I want to show you a way to handle this. Can you come up and just video this now? I want them to see how I handle this. Is there any, just zoom in so that they can see details. First of all, I'm gonna wet it. Okay? So the mister is right there. I'm gonna wet it. Not too much. I want it to be able to slide without, it's a lot of energy you're expending when you're doing this. And then it gets you frustrated. Pull it off. Now, can they see this movement in my paper? Can they see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to settle the paper where it seats best with that simple movement. Okay. So the only thing that's well connected is the top. I got work here. If I move this away to match this up, this comes out of joint. What I want to show you is this. Watch this. I don't want this moving. It's secure, but this doesn't match up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. Look, I'm going to move this up. I'm creating a wrinkle here. Because there's no other way. There's torque on it, okay? And I want to correct it before I get to a full sheet. You want to correct torque? Do it over a closet. Do it over a doorway. Because it's a lot easier. Less problem to work with. I'm moving it over. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. Now, my wrinkles only go out about 8 inches. My top is connected where it's supposed to be. But I got all these wrinkles. A couple of ways you can handle it. How could you consume the space under the wallpaper and get rid of the wrinkles? Think. How can I get rid of these? Well, I can add paste, right? Can I float a little more paste under there? A 1/16 of an inch? Believe it or not. That will consume, meaning it will consume space. It will lift your wallpaper up and get the wrinkle out. You might say, that's crazy. I do it all the time. So I lift it up and I put more paste under it and I gently float it. What I'm doing is I'm building up the wall so that the wall, just like this. I always use the example of someone who has a big gut. If you saw stripes here, right? If I had a big gut, those stripes would become distorted. If I had a small gut, the stripes would become wrinkled. So if I want to straighten them out, I get fat. And then they're straightened out. Same idea here. You can add paste, or you can isolate the problem to this flower. And watch this. Now I want them to see the issue. I have wrinkles here. I'm isolating my problem to this one flower. I matched up here, but as I do this, it's creating a wrinkle. Okay. Oh, this is getting a little... When you have this issue, it's torque. That's what's going on. So you have the first thing, add paste. If that doesn't work, or you weren't good at it, you have another option. Make sure this is connected, isolate your problem. Now, do you guys need to see that there's wrinkles here? Can you bring them in close and just let them see these wrinkles? I want them to see right here. See those wrinkles? See that? Okay, look at that. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna push it out, hoping I have enough paste under there to prevent the wallpaper from wrinkling on me. Did you ever iron a shirt and you get distracted and you run over a wrinkle and then you make it permanent? You gotta do a lot to get the wrinkle out. If you run over wallpaper, very hard to get a wrinkle out. Okay. I've solved my torque. I've solved it. I simply pushed my wallpaper, isolating it to this flower, pushed it out, and it flattened down. Sometimes it doesn't work. Now, I mean, some people are watching this, like Capo Wacko. This guy's a veteran wallpaper installer. He's better than me. Gives me great advice on my channel. And he learned this long ago. He might even comment on this video. But I'm doing this for the guy, the gal, who is doing great. And then they come to this problem and they get so discouraged. There's a third way to do it. Let's say this failed and you wrinkle it. Even if you don't wrinkle it, but let's say you wrinkle it. I'll show you what to do. You gotta be creative. Okay, let's say it didn't work. Take your knife. Slice in the middle of the wrinkle. Now you have a flap. You're a doctor. You open your flap up. If it's high above the heads of people, you put the top flap down first, and you put the under flap up second. Let me show you what I mean. Come over here, please. Let's create torque. Watch this. Okay, they see this wrinkle? How could you miss it, right? See that wrinkle? See?
Yep.
Okay. I cut through it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Gotta be in the middle. All right, watch this. You're down here looking up. Okay? I open the flap. I push the top down. And I put the bottom one above it. Okay? I put the bottom one above it because the eye cannot see the ridge. Can't see it unless you go over it and look down. Put the camera above it. And now they can see the ridge. If you just go a little higher. If you looked hard, you'd see a ridge, especially if this were black paper. See the ridge there? Okay, you get the point. Now, if all else fails, and you had terrible torque and you're paying $180 a roll for wallpaper, if you would do this. Do you think you're going to be able to see this in a wallpaper installation such as this? Just go around the room and show them the whole thing. You would never find that. Okay? So as you know, I gave you that as a third option. Try number 1 and 2 first. Water, paste. First, take a break. Fresh eyes are better than angry eyes. Take a break. Come back. Add some water so it moves more freely. Add paste. Next step is to isolate the mismatch by matching it above and below and pushing the error outside the nearest seam. You saw that it worked here. I'm speaking to the perfectionist who wants every line to meet up. Push it out. It worked. You saw it work. If that doesn't work, you might say, okay, this is what has happened for me. I took the sheet off, put it to the side, installed another one. It matched perfectly. Sometimes you create tension on the sheet you're working with and you knock it out of whack. You stretch it too much. It's true, a new sheet might do it. So there's 4 things for you to consider. If you're dealing with overcloset, slice it. And then flap according to the human eye. Who's going to see it? And you can do this when you have a vertical torque issue as well. But you gotta be good. You gotta put that knife exactly in an area where there's no connections. If you have a solid area, do it in a solid colored area where there are no connections. You can see that you could do it all along this white thing. Check this out. If you want to see this technique that I'm about to show you in action, YouTube my video, Spencer Colgan, hanging wallpaper around windows. And you'll see a beautiful installation in Tampa, Davis Island, whereby I did what's called cheating the wall. I conformed to the screwy wall and the window. So I simply cut through the solid area. Check this out. I keep my knife on the solid. Now, when I overlap this, and then I knock my wrinkle out, so let's say we have a wrinkle here. Push it right under it, push the paper back. Your wrinkle's gone. Don't let wallpaper drive you nuts. You're the master. You tell the wallpaper what to do. If you have any questions, I do like compliments. It kind of makes me feel good. So if you want to say, I mean, you don't have to. If you want to say, Spencer, you're really great. I really love those ones. But like perfection, something like that. You know, I'm kidding. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Sometimes we improvise. The reason I do this on my channel is so that the folks, especially the do-it-yourselfers, who undertake wallpaper hanging, you're gonna discover that it's easy. It's not that hard. But these are the things that get the do-it-yourselfer discouraged. And I have to tell you, even the professionals do these, come up with the problems that you have. It's just that we know how to handle them. And I want to show you how you should handle them too. That's it. See you on the next one. And as you can see from a distance, it looks great. Don't forget, folks, the overall rule with hanging paper is how does it look after you step back? Okay?